Hello, friends. How are you today? It's Miss Banks here, and we are getting ready to learn about another continent. Okay, I just arrived, and it looks amazing. I got my sun hat, I got my beach towel, and I'm going to explore Europe, and I cannot wait. Everyone say Europe. Y'all didn't even say it. Say Europe. Yes, Europe. That's a continent we are going to learn about. So, as we read the book Europe, I want you to be thinking about how do illustrations add to the words in our books? How do the illustrations add to the words in the book? So, in other words, how does the illustrator and the author work together for it to make any kind of sense to us? I want you to be thinking about that as we go on the page. How do the illustrations add to the words in our book? So I got to go and find, I sure hope I brought my JoJo towel with me. Check. I got my unicorn JoJo towel. It's about to go down. Okay, wait. First, let me try to read the book here first. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, let's read the book. All right, let's get started. Europe by Mary Lindeen. And remember, it said by Mary Lindeen. That means she is our what? Author. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures in our book of Europe. Let me turn the page maybe. All right. What do we see here on this page? What do you see here on this page? It's a map. Good job. So on here, we can see this one that really sticks out, right? And then what do you think the words are going to tell us about? In our illustration, we can see the picture, right? We can see the map. And then I see this one, it says Europe. So my guess is going to be this. The words over here are going to say something about Europe. You ready? Europe is the second smallest continent. Whoa, it's the second smallest. Everyone say second smallest. Good job. It's the second smallest continent in the world, and only Australia is smaller. Whoa, look at that beautiful water. I am so ready to go jump in that water. Who wants to go jump in that water with me? Oh, I bet you it's so nice because it's so warm there and that water is just gorgeous. So, all right, let's look at this picture. What kind of words do you think are going to be to match this picture? You think it's going to talk about what? What's your guess? Probably the water. We see the water right here. Yep. And then right here, we can see it's lined by grass, right? And we can see some rocks over here that's lining the water. So let's see if it describes that. The Atlantic Ocean is west of Europe. Asia is to the east. Because it has water on 3 sides, Europe has a lot of coastline. So, coastline. They have this bolded. You see that? That means they really want us to know what coastline is, right? So that means the coastline, you see the rockiness? It borders the water, and that's what that's talking about. So cool. Ooh, look at these pictures. Look at all this high mountains and woo, could you imagine have to walk through that? But look at this gorgeous water again. We got a boat here, we got a boat here, we got a bunch of things on there. I have no idea, but let's read the words and see how the illustrations add to the words, okay? Let's see. Many cities in Europe were built near the water. So cities, you see all this stuff right here. It's part of the city. It's built right here near the water, right? It was easy for ships to sail in and out of these cities. Interesting. So what does this picture tell us? It shows us ships that people use to sail out of these cities, right? That makes sense. Pretty easy. Today, there are many big cities in Europe. These cities are very old. They have both old buildings and new buildings. Whoa, wait a minute. Stop. Collaborate and listen. I did not know there was snow in Europe. I came for the warm weather. Are you kidding me? So there must be a part in Europe that is cold. What? Let's read. There are mountains and forests in Europe. Many visitors who go to Europe enjoy downhill skiing. What? I did not know that. And in the picture, you can see the person going downhill skiing. So the illustration and the words match up. I love flowers. Love flowers. Much of Europe is flat grassland. And you can see in this picture here, it's all like, it's just flat, right? There's no hills. It doesn't go up and down. So much of Europe is flat grassland. People have been farming such areas for thousands of years. Crops such as barley, wheat, and oat are common. Man, I would like to go pick some of them flowers and put them in a vase. Oh, sorry. Some places in Europe are near the North Pole. Anyone ever heard of the North Pole? Yes. It is very cold in those countries for most of the year. Say very cold. My goodness, I couldn't wear my beach stuff there, could I? So Europe, it's near the North Pole. That would explain why some parts in Europe are cold and people go skiing. So cool. Didn't know that. Ooh, there's my favorite part of Europe. That's where I'm going to explore. So other places in Europe are near southern seas, such as the Mediterranean Sea. It is very warm there most of the year. Look at that gorgeous water. I just cannot wait. There are many places of natural beauty to see in Europe. Lake Ladoga is one popular place to see. I can certainly see why. Look at all this beautiful landscape, the rocks, the water, the sunset. I can't wait to see this building. There are so many cool buildings in Europe, and this one included. There are also many well-known buildings to see in Europe. What would you like to see if you go to Europe? Anybody know what this building is called? Oh, you almost have it. What is it? The Eiffel Tower? It's really, really big. Really, really big. And that's the end of our book, guys. So let me show you a page that we had just read and just recap of what we learned today. All right. So what we can see here is this page that we read. Do you remember what it talked about? It said that today there are many big cities in Europe, and these cities are very old. They have both old buildings and new buildings. And we had talked about today about how illustrations add to the words of the story. So if you see in here, it talked about old buildings right here. And if we go all the way down here, you can see old buildings. So the illustration adds to those words. It also talked about new buildings, and you can see new buildings in the pictures. So cool. So